Hey, this is Steve Bloom, and you are listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
You're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network. Unleash the geek in you.
Hello and welcome to the 4th Annual Geekcast Radio Network Awards. That's right, GCRN Awards are back. I am, of course, TFG and Mike. Joining me, as always, co-creator Steven C. Phillips. Hello, sir.
Yo.
Yo. And, of course, that Solo Mac himself, OptimusSolo.
Ho.
Did you just call me a ho, or did you say yo?
We were doing yo ho.
Oh, okay. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum?
That's what I need, I think.
Alrighty then. So this is the 4th Annual GCRN Awards. Steve will talk about what all this is in a moment. Just want to let everyone know on a programming note, I have had a lot of life happening with me, and I haven't had a chance to edit GCR 93, 94, 95. Those will be coming after this episode. So there's that. So, Steve, did we do awards last year? We did, but...
No.
Oh, we didn't do them last year.
No, I skipped it because I was having issues around that time with various things and decided that wasn't going to mess with it.
Yeah.
So, did it again this year. Had a lot of issues with it. So, it's just that after the New Year curse.
Yeah.
So, it just means I got to start planning now.
Exactly. Start planning now for next year. But yes, 4th Annual GCRN Awards. We did things a little differently this year, folks, and we did our normal movies, comics, all of that and everything else.
Well, there's a lot less under each category, for one, and two, we moved the GCRN actual awards for the network to the top.
Right.
And we didn't really go outside the network this year, which we may change it next year. Just kind of depends how everything goes. But there was a lot going wrong as far as trying to build the form this year. So I just opted to stay simple. So this was what came out of it. I prefer the way that it was done before, because of the way that it broke it down. It was just much easier to tabulate, and it was set up differently. Mm-hmm. Plus, all I had to do was change the entries from year to year for the first 3 years. So, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So, where should we start with this? Kevin, any thoughts on the awards this year so far before we get to the reveals?
I just think it's fun. I mean, we're tinkering around, trying to find different types of categories and different types of awards we can give out. And I think it's an ever-evolving thing, so every year it becomes a little bit different. But it's fun trying to come up with the different stuff for the fans to chime in on.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the one difference we did this year compared to previous years is we didn't have the preliminary, have everybody just open entry.
Right.
And then break it down that way. This year we chose the candidates and then put them in, and then let people choose from those candidates.
Right.
Less
I think
work
that's
for
a
the fans.
better way to do it, honestly.
Oh, I think so too, until there's one that's missing, and then people are like, oh, you forgot it. You know, so.
Or we just say, no, we didn't forget it. We intentionally left it off.
It was omitted on purpose.
Where are we starting, Mike?
Ask Steve. It's his thing. I'm just the introductor person.
Ask Megatron?
There you go. Ask Megatron. Yes!
What? So you finally came to your senses. What was it? No one else famous on the list? Scared of what I'll do? Let's see. I'd like to thank... who is it? Oh, yes. Me! Well, I don't suppose I'll be needing that anymore, will I? Oops. Spoilers.
So we're going to start with the favorite general podcast. And this one, as I was tabulating, because I literally copied everyone's entries via email into a text document, and then I just went down the line. And this one had me, to begin with, a little worried. I'm like, it was pretty much a battle between three different shows. Now, mind you, Altered Geek, Geekcast Radio, Talking in Circles, and All Things Transformers were all in this general podcast category. And you can almost argue All Things Transformers is kind of a genre, but kind of not. It's very specific. So, suffice it to say, despite the massive download numbers on that show, it got 0 votes here.
Oh, what's wrong with you people?
Talking in Circles, which hasn't had an episode since last May, got 3 votes. And then it was pretty much neck and neck between Geekcast Radio and Altered Geek. And Altered Geek got 1 more vote.
Dun, dun, dun.
To which I was quite happy.
Absolutely.
That is awesome.
So it won with 44% of the vote with 8 votes, with the runner-up being Geekcast Radio. And then moving to favorite genre podcast. This one was between The Pull Bag, M-Wire, Cinema Geeks, Tooncast Beyond, Remote Control, and Mayhem Mics.
Aha.
And Cinema Geeks took it at 55% of the votes at 10 votes, with the runner-up being Mayhem Mics.
Cool.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Yeah.
But there's more hosts on Cinema Geek, so maybe that's unfair.
Well,
there's an ever-rotating panel on the rest of them.
Right.
So,
but that's cool. That's cool. 55%. We'll take it. That's a minor win.
Yeah. So,
very cool.
Moving on to the favorite review podcast. Between Pixels, Pauka, Powers of Grayskull, and Future Imperfect.
For those of you who don't know, Pauka is the podcast organization without a cool acronym. It's our Phineas and Ferb cartoon review show, which I'm still in the middle of editing episode 60. Anyway.
Can't believe how close this was.
Yeah.
Very, very friggin' close.
So, Pauka did win.
Going to the opera house. Woot, woot. Come on, Perry, sing along. Wait, what are you doing? Got to reach controls. Woot, woot. See, everything works with the woots. Hey, go for that. Woot, woot. See, I'm telling you.
It's an alternating sign matrix number. It's a number of partitions of 10.
Don't tell Galvatron it has something to do with the Matrix. 42 is the key to the Decepticon Matrix of leadership.
Right. So sick of Transformers. Oh my god. Aren't you a little young to be a podcaster?
No, I'm not. Aren't you a little old to be watching this cartoon show?
Yes, I am. It's good to see the nation's senior citizens taking an interest in cartooning.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
This is a toy factory. How'd this chocolate river get here? Who the heck are you guys?
We are the Badinkadings! You set us free when you remodeled the factory. We've been trapped in the basement for years, making foam peanuts and snipping the tabs off of plastic. We will now lay waste to the surface dwellers!
Okay, then. Carry on.
With 33% of the votes of 6 votes, with the runner-up being Powers of Grayskull / Pixels. So.
Sometimes I feel that I am not appreciated. See you later, folks.
Doing with your headset. Up adjusting.
Shut up. It was kind of like adjusting itself, so I had to get it to a point where it wouldn't.
All right. Stop it. Damn it.
Hold on.
I'm trying to podcast over here.
All right, I should be good. I just can't laugh. Stop it.
You couldn't be fucking kidding me. Your headset is alive.
It is.
Epic fail. Here's something you may have missed while helping us find the pixels in the animation.
I mean, we're getting into He-Man territory here. They're not even like telling a story. They're skipping right to the moral message at the end.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. You said earlier that this is really not dark at all, and they call this the Dark Sonic. The underground city was lighter and brighter than anything that may have been dark in Robotnik's town. I can't even talk tonight. Robotropolis or whatever it's called. Because really, again...
He-Man! Always He-Man!
Oh my god, I can't believe you mentioned He-Man. Oh, you shouldn't have done that, because now you're really going to hate this. Sonic the Hedgehog is essentially She-Ra, Princess of Power.
What?
Not fucking kidding, dude. You got Robotnik, who rules the place in a very dark Fright Zone looking thing. You've got Sonic and his band of merry men in a place called Knothole Forest, aka the Whispering Woods. I mean, the only thing Sonic is missing is a white horse that turns into a unicorn with his magic ring.
And a little elf kid, raccoon-looking thing hiding in the background.
That's what Tails... Oh my god, Tails is Lukey! Oh, fuck!
Oh, no. Yeah, he's barely in it anyway, so...
Oh, fuck! I just gave myself a heart attack. Holy shit.
Well, good night, everybody.
That's right. We got a juice, but check us out on geekcastradio.com and help us find the pixels in the animation.
I just quit!
Basically 33%, 27%, 27%.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So, which is nuts.
Yeah.
The next one was kind of surprising. Like, the next three are actually very entertaining.
Yeah.
And I'll get to that because it's the hosts. Or guests.
We've never done this before.
And so to me, this is just hilarious. And of course, if you're one of the people that's physically voting, you're going to obviously vote for yourself.
I almost didn't, but
I was like,
I don't want to have no votes.
Yeah, I at least need one vote for me. So it was between myself, TFT1 Mike, OptimusSolo, Movie Revolt, Fridley Sent, TV's Mr. Neil, Hard Candy Mandy, Ryan the Uneven Flow, and Michael Wilson. And it was kind of a toss-up between... I thought for a minute there that Mandy was going to win. And Movie Revolt took it away.
He's on vacation.
Yeah, 33% of the vote going to Mr. Dan, Movie Revolt, and Amanda had a good showing. I mean, she got a decent amount of votes.
Good run.
Yeah,
I was surprised. I was surprised I had one other person besides me vote for me.
That's all I was surprised at. I'm happy with that. So, I think I have 2 fans out there, so I got to find out who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got their name.
Yeah, I didn't want to be creepy.
Be creepy.
Just putting it out there. No, so it was kind of funny to see how that played out. The favorite part-time host, I kind of really wasn't surprised about. Only because when he's on, there's a lot of different interaction. And I say that meaning that he talks about things that most of us are not very knowledgeable.
He's outside the box,
well,
and that's a good thing.
Presence, I think, too. He's been on probably more shows overall than a lot of the other part-time hosts.
Yeah, he's kind of been sprinkled in various shows throughout the network. So, which variety of them here have. So anyways, it was kind of a rundown between Mike Booth Ninja Powers, Birdman Dodd, Joe Reed, JT from Saskatoon, Doug Abel, Lady Rhett, Beatles Diva, and Eduardo Freire. And Michael Powers took it away at 44% with 8 votes, followed by JT from Saskatoon.
Nice.
Awesome.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This next one is hilarious to me. I was not surprised, though.
No,
so,
I'm not today.
Favorite guest. This I was laughing as I was putting this together. So we have DJ Valentine, Brian Kilby, Matt Stewart, A. Das Baron, Ha He
Prime, yeah.
Draconis, Jennifer Kaufman, Alex from Twig, and Sketch. And with a glaring 14 votes at 78%, DJ Valentine took it away.
Of course, DJ took it away. I've been saying
Ran away with it.
We need to basically just give DJ his own show, put a microphone in front of him, and just let him run with whatever the hell he wants to do.
DJ Soapbox.
That was you in the bathroom. What the hell is your name? You have a wife, girlfriend. You know what I'm going to do next? I'm going to find her, whoever she is. I'm going to find her, and I'm going to hurt her. I'm going to make her bleed and cry, call out your name, and you're not going to be able to do shit. You know why? Because you're going to be this close to dead. Then I'm going to kill you right in front of her. What's your name? Who are you? You don't have any idea what the hell's going on, do you? I mean, you saw what I did to your little blonde friend at the factory, right? Well, that was nothing. That was fun.
Nobody else got more than 2 votes. DJ running away 78%. Good Lord. Good job, DJ.
Absolutely.
Oh, I know. It was crazy, which kind of he's taken part in a lot of different shows in the network, between the top 100s.
Between the top 100s, the stuff on Remote Control that I'm doing with him now, the stuff he's done on Cinema Geeks. I don't think he's been on Comic Concierge yet, not that show's eligible this year at this point.
It shall be next year.
Right, obviously.
Among other shows. Some returning, some new. So, that means we'll just have a really big boat next year.
Right.
So, favorite network event?
This is not going to be a surprise.
No, not at all. I was surprised that one of them got more than 1 vote. So we had the top 100 fictional villains, we had the 90s Villains Wars Tournament, and the GCR Milestone episode. Obviously,
You got to do more of those, damn it.
Which ones?
Milestones.
Hence why Mike voted for that.
Yes. So Mike voted for that, obviously, now that that's out there.
I don't care.
Everybody else voted for top 100 fictional villains at, again, 78% with 14 votes, and 90s Villain Tournament was runner-up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So,
I'm shocked at the next one.
Really?
I had no idea where it was going, but I figured either way it was going to be Cinema Geeks.
Yeah,
I just didn't know because we had a bunch of different. I thought maybe we had too many series going on where there wasn't going to be one that was a favorite.
I was surprised that Altered Geek actually got
20 minutes.
Votes.
Yeah,
20 minutes of and that's what it was called at the time. When we just dubbed it off the cuff, and then eventually just became a permanent 20-minute staple.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, favorite series within a podcast: Autobotly August, Pullbag; TMNT coverage, Pullbag; Sonic coverage, Pixels. You'll have to do this one, Kevin, because I have no idea how to pronounce it.
The Miyazaki Spotlight.
See, I knew I'd butcher that. Cinema Geeks, video game films, Cinema Geeks, top 100 films, Cinema Geeks, prediction episodes, Cinema Geeks, origin episodes, ATTF, Jam in July, Pullbag, Robin Hood Month, Pullbag, Autobotly April, Pullbag, and 20 minutes of Altered Geek off the cuff. And the Miyazaki Spotlight took it away for Cinema Geeks at 27% with 5 votes, followed by the video game films.
I can't believe people are enjoying that.
Have you guys gotten to Need for Speed yet? Because I have thoughts.
We're nearing the end. We're nearing the finish line.
Are you still going to do Need for Speed?
Next up.
Okay, well, let me know off air about that then.
All right. Thanks, fans.
So, yes, thank you, the fans. And then the favorite blog series, which, no matter what...
It's a runaway. Yeah, because he's the only one that doesn't do blogs anymore.
He's the only one that got a vote.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Yeah, because there were only two of you that write.
I mean, in me, like, I'm doing, like, I started doing From the Desk of Me and all of that, and then I stopped doing it because too much life is happening, which is a good thing, and I plan on writing more. I just I don't have any more time anymore.
So Dan's various blogs cannibalized each other and split the vote amongst each other.
Pretty much, yeah.
They did. But the funny part is for 12 votes and 66%, he got the Movies to Show My Son series.
Yeah, ran away with it.
Which I thought was kind of, when he came up with the idea, I thought it was very inventive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Because it's coming at it from a new perspective, because obviously, like, life's happened to a lot of us on this network since it started.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of nice to see the evolution of that in the content. So yeah, and then he had it followed up by catching up with the classic series.
Nice.
And that was the end of the GCRN side of the awards.
That's
Any
fun.
thoughts?
I like seeing it. I like especially hearing some of their favorite series or some of their favorite guests, hosts. I think that's fun. Even though DJ ran away with it, I think it's fun to see which ones they resonate with as far as some of the more part-time personalities that appear on the network.
I think it'd be funny to put in there who should become a permanent host, and then see what happens. Makes you wonder if we should do more of these like little mini surveys throughout the year.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
On some of the stuff.
Nice of you to say, but you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me. For the love of...
Sorry, sweetie. We can get another, right?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to win one of these things? Who do I have to kill to get an award around here?
So moving into the film universe, where some of it, I tried not to have certain films show up more than twice between categories.
Right.
Just because it got ridiculous the last one we did. I think we went through like 4 or 5 categories and the same movie would win.
Right. We tried to eliminate that this year.
So this year we didn't go that route. So best comic book films. We had Wonder Woman, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Justice League, and Logan. And
I've not seen the results, but my prediction would be Logan.
Yes. You would be correct. Logan took it away at 38% with 7 votes, followed by Thor Ragnarok.
Interesting.
Which were the 2 that I actually enjoyed the most this year, or this past year. I enjoyed Spider-Man for what it was, Wonder Woman for what it was, and Justice League in bits and pieces. But I think that Thor was just insanely fun.
Yeah, Thor and Guardians were both fun, in my opinion.
I thought Thor was one up better, though.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't have the baggage of the way the villain turned out in Guardians.
Right.
And then Logan was good because it was a nice book ending for Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of wasn't surprised either. However, this is where we start seeing some of the categories not get votes in the next one. And it gets more frequent the more down the line we go. So, best remake or reboot, because technically they're the same in these categories. We had Beauty and the Beast, Murder on the Orient Express, It, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Flatliners, The Beguiled, and My Cousin Rachel. Some of these I've not even heard of before.
I would think it would be down between it and Beauty and the Beast.
Surprisingly, Jumanji.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Not only made all the money, but it's got some love there too. All right.
It's actually kind of. It's tied with it.
Gotcha.
But I couldn't give it the vote because there's another category. So I made the executive decision.
Makes sense.
To add an additional tiebreaker just to have a. So it was the direct next to it, but Beauty and the Beast was. If one of those films wasn't there, Beauty and the Beast would have been the runner-up.
That makes sense.
So
this next one is loaded with good films, so I'm interested to see which way this one goes.
I was a little sad by what. I mean, I was sad, but I was happy. It was kind of bittersweet. Best sequel / prequel. Just easy category in case something is a prequel to something. So we had War for the Planet of the Apes, John Wick Chapter 2, Alien Covenant, Blade Runner 2049, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. About half these films I've seen in here, and I enjoy them.
Right.
So
I enjoyed all of them, I think. Some of them had their issues, but they're all decent films.
Yeah.
So War for
I'm
Planet
so
of
far
the
behind on my movies, yeah.
War for Planet of the Apes and Blade Runner 2049 actually tied.
Nice.
So it was at 27% apiece, 5 votes. And then John Wick was pretty close on the height of it. Star Wars had surprisingly only 3 votes.
Yeah, well, really polarizing The Last Jedi was, I guess, for some people. But I'm not surprised with Blade Runner got the Academy love, and War for the Planet of the Apes would probably be my favorite. But interesting.
Yep. Best animated film. This one's going to resonate more with Mike, I think.
Cars 3.
No. So, best animated films are between Coco, Cars 3, Your Name, Red Turtle, Ferdinand, Despicable Me 3, and Leap.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen, I think, 3 out of those movies.
I've seen
0.
I've seen 2. I've seen Cars 3 and Despicable Me 3.
I did not see an animated film this last year.
My favorite one did not win, but just saying. So number 1 was Coco.
Yeah, Pixar.
For 44%, 8 votes, followed by Cars 3.
Never saw Coco. Never
Mike
had
stuffed
any
the ballot
interest.
for Cars 3.
I was hoping Cars 3 would win, but
see, okay, here's the thing about Cars 3. Here's the thing about the Cars
boy.
franchise in general. Hey, I gotta say something about it.
2 was terrible.
Okay, here's the thing.
I know.
The first Cars set everything up. Cars 2, they decided to focus on Mater, which was pretty much a mistake, even though that movie is funny and it has funny moments in it. Cars 3 pretty much... Cars 3 is to animation as to Men in Black 3 is to the Men in Black movies. It pretty much brings it back around and makes, Cars 3 is to what Toy Story 3 is, that kind of a thing. And I don't really want a Cars 4 at this point. I don't want a Toy Story 4 at this point. But, everybody loved Coco that saw it. I never saw it. I had no interest in Coco.
I had no interest in it either, but I know some people did.
Mm-hmm.
So best horror film.
I'm out on this one. I don't do horror.
I haven't watched any this year. 2. Yeah. What were you saying?
I was just going to say, based on the ones that we included, because some people would consider Get Out a horror film and we didn't include it there, or like It Comes at Night. But out of the ones that were listed, it would have to be it.
Yeah. And you would be correct at 72% with 13 votes. It took it away. Followed by, there was 1 vote for Jigsaw and 1 vote for Amityville. So those were kind of tied for second, but there was kind of no chance in hell.
I love the next category, too.
It's the worst big budget film. I was surprised by the one that took it away, but not really surprised at the same time. So it was between Transformers: The Last Night, Baywatch, Triple X, Return of Xander Cage, Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, and Geostorm. And The Last Night took it away with 7 votes, 38%, followed by Geostorm.
That does not surprise me. Although Baywatch was really bad.
You know what the crazy thing is?
I think Transformers was better than Baywatch. The Last Night, and it was terrible.
Yeah. Baywatch was probably the worst film that out of the two. I'd say it's probably the worst out of those two, but they're both.
It was the worst one this last year.
You know what the crazy thing is? As of this recording, I just got shooed out of Toys R Us because they were closing. The only picture of the Funko Pops I was able to take at the time when I was looking for whatever I was going to get, I didn't know what they had. I haven't been into Toys R Us in at least 10 years. They had...
Jerk. I'm just kidding.
Shut up, Target boy. They had an original TV series, Mitch Buchanan and C.J. Parker from Baywatch.
Oh Lord, you know, buy it?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
The boobs on CJ aren't exactly to scale, sadly. I know it's only a Funko Pop, but I mean, come on.
PG here.
Hey, I didn't curse.
Steve, we need to get out of this right away.
Yep.
Let's get to something
so
else.
animated awards.
Stripperella won everything, right?
Stop it.
No. Nope, not even in the category list. So best new animated series, we have DuckTales, Nico and the Sword of Light, OK KO, Let's Be Heroes, Stretch Armstrong and the Flex Fighters, Wacky Races, Milo Murphy's Law, and Dragon Ball Super.
Come on, DuckTales.
DuckTales won.
Yes.
55% with 10 votes, followed by Dragon Ball Super.
Interesting.
I have yet to watch Dragon Ball Super, like, partially, but it's not fully dubbed either.
DuckTales is fun.
DuckTales is always fun.
I just wish they'd be more consistent with when they're putting out episodes, but other than that, no complaints.
So, yeah. So that was cool. And then moving to the best new adult series, which I did not vote for because I find them all distasteful. But it's between Apollo Gauntlet, Jeff and Some Aliens, Big Mouth, and the Jellies.
I like Apollo Gauntlet the best.
Unfortunately, it got 1 vote.
That's probably me.
It was. Big Mouth took it away with 9 votes, 50%.
Big Mouth is so perverted.
It's disgusting. I saw them talk about it on where I work, and I was just, I was like, wow, that's just, like the worst series.
There's literally a character that plays a male body part.
Yep.
Good lord.
So
anyway.
I was, yeah.
It must be funnier than I'm giving it credit for. I don't know, but I couldn't get past that. I was like, is this really a series that people are allowing to be on TV? But it is.
And they are.
Yep.
So, the best returning general audience series. We had The Loud House, Voltron, Legendary Defender, The Lion Guard, Star Wars Rebels, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, TMNT, and Transformers Robots in Disguise.
Rebels.
It's
gotta be.
38%, 7 votes. Rebels took it, followed by Voltron.
Oh, wow. I mean, I know it's Netflix and all that, but it's surprising to me that they are already on the 5th season.
I've heard a lot of people saying that it's the best Voltron series we've ever had.
Okay,
It
so
is. I've seen it. It's really good.
Joe Reed and I talked about Season 1 and Season 2 on Tooncast Beyond at the time, and we are going to talk about the rest of the seasons as well. It is very, very good. It's like Lion Force and
about Rebels too.
Rebels, compared to all the other Star Wars cartoons that have ever been, and I've only seen the first season of Rebels, I would say yeah, it is, because it applies to and it appeals to a lot of generations, not just kids, not just us. It's an every person Star Wars kind of show.
I think a lot of people like the Turtles series too, but I think it might have got hurt a little bit because it was on its like downward trend there the last final season.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it kind of went on a downward spiral as far as the characters and whatnot. So it kind of took itself out, which is why they're rebooting it now.
Yep.
So
with Rob Paulson as the voice director.
Yes, sir.
Which is cool.
Very cool.
So, moving into the next category, we have...
Did we get any votes on the best returning adult series?
Actually, we did. Rick and Morty, Simpsons, South Park, Archer, Bob's Burgers. Rick and Morty took it at 38%, 7 votes, followed by The Simpsons.
Interesting. I thought Rick and Morty might have been playing to more of a younger audience, but maybe it's got a wider appeal than I thought.
No, it's more older audience than anything
I'm not
else.
older. I meant like people in their 20s.
Yeah. I mean like people in their 40s. I've seen people, it's an adult series. It's not...
Well, I know it's not for kids. I'm just saying I thought it was so like the like college age.
Oh no.
No, it's... Plus all those people that go crazy over that stupid sauce that McDonald's sold for the...
Oh, good lord.
You know, Dodd was one of them.
Oh, please, can we go one show and...
Let's get into the world of TV.
Yeah, exactly.
TV.
Best action show.
Yes, best action show. So we had Supernatural, Lethal Weapon, DC TV shows, because I didn't want to list them all. Marvel TV shows, because I didn't want to list them all. And Star Trek Discovery. I'm sure there were others, but we just didn't list them. So, with 44% of the votes, DC TV shows took it.
Doesn't surprise me.
With 8 votes, followed by Supernatural as the runner-up.
Oh, wow. Amanda will be happy.
Yep.
Did she see... How did she like that Scooby Unnatural or whatever it was episode?
I don't know if she's caught up.
It's not out yet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not out yet? I thought it was.
No, this week.
So now we get to break it down into since DC won, let's see who the favorite DC show was.
So between the different DC shows, we have Arrow, Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and I put Gotham in there because that's still a DC show, even though it's not on CW. I said DC, not CW, so. So with 6 votes, 33%, we had The Flash.
Oh, surprise.
Followed by runner-up Legends of Tomorrow with 5 votes.
I was gonna say those are probably the top 2.
Very cool.
Surprisingly, Supergirl got 4 votes.
Wow.
I don't know why. Season 3 is horrible.
Arrow had 1.
Huh. Now see that? Okay, I get it. Oh God, really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. Like I get it.
This season's actually been good of Gotham.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I get it. I'm one of the biggest people that complains about Arrow season 3, 4, and 5. I understand that.
You complain about everything that...
Shut up.
You're still complaining about Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. And those guys that wrote that movie are the ones that started the DC television universe.
Well, you know, one of those guys just went to jail.
But one of them had Warner Brothers interference and one of them didn't, so...
Well,
so the best Marvel show.
Yes. So I listed every of their series because I don't watch them. I have no idea. So what any of them consist of. So it's between, I put The Gifted, Legion, Runaways, Punisher, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. And the Punisher took it.
Oh, Punisher, okay. It was one of the newer ones, so that makes sense, I guess.
Punisher took it at 4 votes, 22%, followed by Legion.
Oh, wow. Surprised Daredevil didn't do better.
Yeah, me too.
Vote.
Wow, 1 vote. Okay.
1 vote.
It might be split, though, because I think some people like Jessica Jones, some people like Luke Cage, some people like Daredevil.
Yeah, so. Jessica Jones only got 1 vote.
Yeah. Too many shows to pick from, maybe.
Yeah, 2 watered down. That's okay. Some of them will probably end very soon anyway.
Right.
Well, the Netflix stuff probably won't, unless it's Iron Fist, because Iron Fist sucks.
I know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is winding down.
Yeah, but the Netflix stuff probably won't.
Anything that's on cable has a chance to get canceled.
Yeah, pretty much.
So best indie comic book show. We have The Outcast, Preacher, Walking Dead, The Tick, and Riverdale. And I was kind of surprised, but not really. Preacher took it at 27%, 5 votes, followed by Riverdale.
Interesting.
I've never watched any of these.
I've seen Riverdale season 1, but I have not seen past that.
The fact that Walking Dead didn't win tells you something. Just because, like, they'd won pretty much every year that it's been on the list.
Yeah.
Very true.
So, moving into our best sci-fi fantasy show, or fantasy sci-fi show, whatever. We have Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, Leftovers, The Orville, The Expanse, and Star Trek Discovery.
Gotta be Game of Thrones or Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. 5 votes, 27%, followed by Game of Thrones.
Boom.
Game of Thrones. The Expanse should have won. That is a very underrated show.
The Orville should have won.
The Orville.
The Orville is
at least it wasn't
Star Trek: The Next Generation put in back on TV, essentially. Even Jonathan Frakes, the guy that played Riker, that's directed an episode of both Star Trek Discovery and The Orville, said that The Orville, Seth MacFarlane set out to recreate The Next Generation, and it feels like The Next Generation. He even hired people that were on The Next Generation to get the vibe that he wanted. So
I still gotta check that out.
It's actually really good. The first couple episodes, the humor is very Family Guy, but then it balances out and it actually gets the humor's still there, but it's not like they're not overplaying their hand at it like Family Guy.
Right.
It's very it fits with the moment instead of just trying to shove it in there. So
right. Interesting.
But it's fun. So best crime drama series. I've not seen any of these. This is The Handmaid's Tale, Fargo, Better Call Saul, Twin Peaks, and The Americans.
Okay, The Americans is amazing. That show's on its
I bet you Fargo wins.
end run. I'm sure it is. The Americans is amazing. I've watched that. I haven't watched it since like the middle of season 3, but I watched the first 2 seasons. It's basically what that is Russian sleeper spies during the Cold War in the early 80s, kind of how they infiltrated the U.S. kind of a thing. It's very good. Better Call Saul is the Breaking Bad prequel. I have yet to see that, but Ryan and I will eventually cover it on Remote Control.
I mean, I'm aware of all the series. I've just not watched them.
Right.
But The Handmaid's Tale and Better Call Saul tied.
Oh, wow.
Each at 22% for 4 votes, with the runner-up being Fargo.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
And then moving to the last of the television category, we have Best Comedy Series. And the nominees are The Good Place, Glow, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Superstore, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Kevin Can Wait, and Big Bang Theory.
No, I can't. I can't wait. I saw Glow. I mean, it was okay, but I don't think it was that funny. So I don't know. I know a lot of people like Superstore, which I had that idea 10 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, they should have done that with any store.
Yeah, I talked about that when I worked at Target way back in the 90s. I'm like, they should just make a TV show based on this. But I wanted it to be more of a drama than a comedy, so I don't know.
Yeah. It's almost like 10 items or less.
Right.
So Glow took it away at 5 votes. 27%, followed by Big Bang Theory.
The old standard.
Yep.
That's nice. Too bad it's wrong.
What do you mean wrong?
You made an arithmetic mistake on page 2. It was quite a boner.
No, but that can't be right. I don't make arithmetic mistakes.
Are you saying I do?
Oh, no, of course not. It's just, I was thinking, oh gosh golly, I made a boo-boo. And I gave it to Stephen Hawking.
Great. Another fainter.
So... I've never seen Glow. I know TV's Mr. O'Neill was doing like commentaries on the episodes on his podcast that he has, the Big Bad Movie Show. Big Bang. I'll say this: it's very character driven now. Yes, there is still the stupid, jokey comedy bits, but with everything, look at Sheldon and Howard specifically. Everything Sheldon's gone through in the last 11 seasons and everything Howard's gone through. Like, Howard now has 2 children. Sheldon and Amy have gotten married.
You mean the children that never show up in the show?
Well, they were just born.
One of them was. One of them has been on the show for like 2 years, and you still haven't seen it.
Well, I don't know.
It's gotten annoying with that. Show the kids, or don't show the show. So comic books. This is probably where the biggest gaps are. And it's quite humorous, actually, because you'll have a few votes from certain people on each one. So, yeah. A little interesting there. So, best comic book writer. We have Tom King, who does, like, Batman. Jeff Lemire, who does Descender, Black Hammer, Thanos. Matt Kent, Exo Manowar. Kelly Thompson, Hawkeye, Star Wars, Captain Phasma, Ghostbusters, Gem. Jason Aaron, The Mighty Thor, Star Wars, Doctor Strange, Marvel Legacy.
I had to disqualify myself from voting in this category for
because you don't do comics.
No, my sister's one of the nominees, so I can't.
Funny.
That's literally my sister's name.
Yeah, I know that's your sister's name, but that's not your sister. Trust me, if that was your sister, you would have been on the interview that we did with her.
How do you know I wasn't? Just kidding.
I'm pretty sure you weren't.
So, Tom King took it away.
Of course.
38%, 7 votes, followed by Jason Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Dan when you need him?
Yeah, exactly. All of these nominations, while they're all very well deserved, all of these suggestions pretty much came from Dan. I am so far out of DC and Marvel and other things like that.
Well, he is the comic concierge, so.
Yeah, well, I've been running the pull bag for 5 years, so.
But does anybody pull on your bag? So.
Oh, I wouldn't want them to. Ew. God.
Do people call you the pull bag?
Good Lord.
You could call him the comic concierge. It doesn't sound dirty.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw me under.
You can, shut up.
All right. So best comic artist.
So it's between Mitch Gerads, Batman and Mr. Miracle, Stjepan Sajic, Aquaman, David Marquez,
Steven Sajic, yeah.
Yeah, the Defenders, James Stocco, Aliens, Christian Ward is Black Bolt, and Mitch Gerard's one. Or Gerard's one.
Comics that for the writer and the artist.
Yeah, for Batman.
Yeah.
38%, 7 votes, followed by David Marquez, the Defenders.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Okay. I will say this next category, somehow, it got 0 votes. And I'm wondering if something's broken in this category, even though there wasn't that I noticed. So I just omitted it completely, which is the best breakout creator.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
So.
What about the best ongoing series?
Best ongoing series, we had TMNT, Batman, Black Hammer, Mech Cadet U, Killer Be Killed, The Mighty Thor.
I bet it's Batman.
No.
Probably.
Oh, no.
No.
I like the writer and the artist, but not the actual series.
Yeah. Black Hammer.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I keep telling people they need to get into the TMNT comics from IDW because right now, currently, it is the longest running TMNT series ever, and it's a continuous, full-blown storyline that takes you through everything in the TMNT universe.
Batman was second runner-up. TMNT had like 1 vote.
God, that was probably me.
You.
Yeah. What the hell's wrong with you people?
You don't read comics anymore. Didn't you get the memo?
What about the best limited series?
Best limited series: Go Country, Silver Surfer, The Flintstones, Mr. Miracle, 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank.
That's a joke.
Yep. So Mr. Miracle took it at 4 votes, 22%, and followed by The Flintstones.
So apparently, the people that voted for the writer and the artist were more so fans of Mr. Miracle because it was Batman / Mr. Miracle.
Yep.
So, all right, I got it. I'm following.
Because they write both.
There we go.
So, yeah. Then Best Original Graphic Novel. We have My Favorite Thing is Monsters, Roughneck, The Best We Could Do, Hostage, and Boundless. And winning this one, because each category seems to run out of less and less candidates people voted for. My Favorite Thing is Monsters with 3 votes. Followed by Roughneck with 2. So, yeah. And then Best Publisher. This is hilarious. We have DC, Marvel, IDW, Image, Aftershock, Boom, and First Second. And it was Image.
That doesn't surprise me, actually.
Tied with DC.
Oh, God. What the... How can you have Image tied with DC? What is wrong with you people? Look, pick one or the other. Pick an actual winner, damn it. Image is... Yeah.
And IDW was runner-up, if you consider that. Marvel
absolutely
got 1 vote, and the rest of them got 0.
That's because Marvel rebooted themselves.
Well, that's all right. IDW is going to do it, too, and, you know...
They're not...
It's the way of the world.
They're rebooting us. They're starting a new series at some point, but
excuses,
they're not
excuses. They're all doing it.
Good stuff.
So yeah, that was
like I said, longest running TMNT series ever. I know the IDW TMNT series is going to go to at least issue 100. With the comic,
I do have to give them props though because they quoted you.
Mm-hmm.
On one of the issues, and I
issue 55. Thank you.
I bought all 3 of the covers. So,
yes.
Those are the only comics I'm not selling.
Exactly. You better not.
Unless I sign them first.
Excuse me, unless I sign them first, dumbass.
I should have brought them for you to sign.
I know! What the hell's wrong with you? You and Mary and the kids will just have to come back and go to Great America. You can stay here for a less nominal fee than a hotel. So with the comic companies, with the publishers, Marvel, I'm not surprised didn't get any votes because again they just announced another reboot in the last 2 years or whatever. They just announced that. Image is pretty much all creator. I mean, they have their own stuff, but they're pretty much all creator-owned things. DC is obviously DC. IDW is a lot of license and franchise stuff. Boom Studios is really coming out of the gate with a lot of good stuff. Their Power Rangers comic is just phenomenal. Anybody that wants to get into the Power Rangers stuff that doesn't want to check out any of the current series or the past series over the last few years, read the comic written by Kyle Higgins. I'm in the middle of Volume 2. I read Volume 1 within like 4 hours. A couple nights ago. It's so good. And silence.
So that
I'm not going to talk about Power Rangers. Come on.
You don't know what you're missing.
So that rounds out the 4th annual GCRN Awards.
Yay!
Yeah. So, any overall thoughts?
I do think we need to add back in the category of nominating other creators and things because
I agree. That was pretty cool.
Because that way, not only can we go to them and say, hey, we've nominated you for this, start promoting to see if you'll win the category, it also gets us more notoriety and more exposure.
Ooh. Technical difficulties. Let's move on, shall we?
Oh, dear. 2 suns and no sunscreen.
Hello again, Sheldon.
What is it now, Tiny Spock?
I am very disappointed in you. You broke your toy and switched it with Leonard's. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You're the one who told me to play with it.
If I told you to jump off the bridge of the Enterprise, would you do it?
If I got on the bridge of the Enterprise, I would never, ever leave.
Trust me, it gets old after a while. You must right your wrongs, Sheldon.
Why? I got away with it. Leonard has his toy, and he's never going to open it, so he won't know it's broken. And I have a toy that isn't broken. Everybody's happy.
Well, I am unhappy.
I thought where you come from, they don't have emotions.
I come from a factory in Taiwan. Now, do the right thing.
You know what you are? Well, you're a green-blooded buzzkill. Perhaps it's time you beam on out of here.
Fine. I will just use the transporter. Oh, right. You broke it.
Very well. Cooper to Enterprise, 1 to beam up. Energize. Tiny Spock, help.
I think that about wraps it up.
Thanks for
Yep.
voting.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thanks for voting, everybody.
My pants are full. I want some ho-hos.
Thank you for joining us here on Geekcast Radio. Don't forget to interact with us online, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Go to the website, geekcastradio.com. Comment on this and every other episode that we do from all the various shows. Steve, where can the people find you on Twitter?
At SCP-21.
And Kevin?
At OptimusSolo.
I am at TFU and Mike. Unleash the Geek in You, and we will catch you next time here on Geekcast Radio.
When will this insanity end?